What's up, guys? John from the Game Tinkerer here, and today we are doing a video that I've been putting off for quite a while, mostly because it's got a lot to it. What I'm talking about is a beginner's streaming setup. For those of you that want to get into streaming gaming or streaming anything, whatever your channel is about, whether it's building stuff or repairing things or cooking or playing video games, anything. And this includes making videos, streaming and making videos, basically any kind of content creation stuff. This by no means is a go-to definitive type of thing. This is stuff that I'm using on mine. I've got a very limited budget, have for a while. It's taken a while to get all these things together. Still learning on how to deal with a couple things here and there as far as settings and stuff. But this is my feedback on what I have. Perhaps it'll work for you. And my thoughts on on streaming for beginners. So what I'm going to just do is I'm going to break down everything that I've got on Amazon. I've purchased everything on Amazon. Mostly because it's easy. It's actually cheaper. And sometimes you can find this stuff like the webcams and stuff like that pretty cheap at Walmart. But as far as beginning, we are going to be talking about things that you should not skimp out on, and things that you can skimp out on. By no means do you need all these things. It really depends on what you're doing, how you want to stream. You have streaming capabilities on most of the consoles and stuff. If you're a PC gamer, you've got streaming capabilities there as well. You don't have to stream with a camera. You don't have to stream with a microphone. But for those that want to do that, this is my thoughts on it. So, one thing that you do not want to skip out on is your camera. You can if you absolutely have to, but you need to get a decent camera because people aren't going to want to watch a potato. So what I did was I went kind of middle ground. I wanted 1080p, 60 frames. This says 30 frames, but I'm filming in 60. So I used the Logitech C922X Pro. That's just what I use. I use one of them. I wanted two of them, but I couldn't afford it. I do want to get another one for when I do my reviews and stuff that require my desk. That way I can get a face cam and one from down. Another thing that you don't want to skimp on is your audio. We'll get to that in just a second. You have to figure out how you are going to place your camera. Since I do a lot of different stuff, I like to use a swing arm. And so I've got this one. It is a very cheap one. It's only $17. For what I do, it works perfect. It's made well for the price, but it's got a common screw head on it, so it fits anything. I don't think that you would want to put a DLSR on it because it's not heavy enough, or it's not made well enough to support that kind of weight. Webcam, it's perfectly fine. The next thing is going to be your audio. You don't really want to skimp out on your audio quality, but for beginners, this one here works great. I'm still using it to this day. I've got two of them. It is the Neewer brand, which they make, I would say, decent quality, cheaper things. Of course, it's out of China. Everything's out of China. This is the professional studio condenser microphone. This does cost. This is the exact same one that I've got. You can see It's got the gold. I am using a different pop filter on this because I don't like the big one. This one works perfect. This is $27. Now I do have a different cable. This one comes with the XLR to the 3.5 millimeter jack, which is perfectly fine for beginners. I have a audio mixer, so I've got it running into XLR to XLR because I use phantom power. I don't know particularly why I am running that. I just thought it was better, and in my head it worked. So again, this comes with the swing arm, so you have to think how you're going to mount your webcam, and you have to think how you're going to mount your microphone. Mine I have on a mic stand right now, just a regular mic stand that you can buy. This arm worked perfect for a couple years. It's not the best quality. And right down here, where this mount goes into the thing, is a weak point, and mine bent. So for me, I'm going to upgrade. I went ahead and got a mic, had a mic stand for my other one. So I am using my mic stand. I am going to get another swing arm, but it's going to be about $80. And that's going to be whenever I can afford it. Another thing, depending on how you are doing your streaming, whether it's on consoles or PC, PC, you shouldn't really need this. But on consoles, your PS4 and your Xbox, you are going to need a chat cable if you want to capture the chat in the games. If you're playing one player, then you don't need it. I've got this. This is a 3.5 millimeter. You plug this one into your controller. This one, your headphones plug into, and then this will plug into your capture card or into your PC. Through one of the 3.5 millimeter jacks. If you're using an Elgato capture card, it's going to go into that. I use mine with a 3.5 millimeter extension cable because my PC is kind of down low, and sometimes I play on the couch, and I have to have some distance between the two. So you can get this. It's $10. Or they have a ChatLink Pro, which has a isolator. If you are using your controllers, especially on the PS4, and you have them plugged in to the USB port for charging, you'll have a really bad buzz. That's because it's a dirty charge port, which means that there's a lot of noise. Supposedly this fixes it, but I can't tell you whether it does or not because I don't have it. I use the regular chat cable link, and I will actually plug my controller into a different power unit so that I don't get that noise. Another thing, and this is just some extra stuff. So you have to figure out what kind of headphones you want if you're going to use headphones. You can get those with mics. They run anywhere from $10 to $1,000. It just depends what you want to use, what's in your price range, etc. I know that capturing sound off of USB headphones is really hard, so you may want to keep that in mind. If you are going to stream from a PC and game from it, you have to have something that's capable. So you have to figure up how much RAM you need, what kind of CPU you're going to use, cooling for all that stuff, your GPU. Those are very, very expensive right now. I use an older system. I've got a decent setup, and so, I don't play video games and stream them on my computer. I don't know. It's just it's not up to snuff. It's not a Ryzen system. I'm not using the latest Intel, stuff like that. So you have to keep that in mind. Some add-ons are the Elgato Stream Deck. I use the 6-button version of it, and they no longer offer these. This one was anywhere from $80 to $100. I can't tell exactly how much I paid, but it was anywhere from $80 to $100. I did want the 15-button, but it's $150. So that's my next upgrade on that stuff. Another thing that you need to keep in mind is backgrounds. You notice back here, that's not that interesting to look at. The more popular streamers have nice clean backgrounds, or they use a green screen. You can use RGB. You can fix up the room however you want. Since I just moved in here, we still have to finish the walls and stuff like that, so I don't even know how I am going to decorate, but you need to keep that in mind. Also sound deadening, stuff like that. You don't want additional noise to travel in, and you don't want your noise to travel out. So you've got your Stream Deck. Don't necessarily need it. It does make it easier, especially when you get a lot of chatters and stuff like that. You can program these to do anything. You can use it to change your camera angles. You can add sounds. You can add different animations. You can change between scenes. You can start up ads. You can do anything. I mean, the sky's the limit with them. They are really awesome tools. I do suggest you get one. But again, if you are streaming straight from your console, then you don't need it. If you're doing it with the PC, then that's when you can get one of these, and it'll help. Another thing is an audio mixer. I felt that I needed one, so I went ahead and got one. Took a guess and ended up getting this particular one right here. It was in my price range. I think I actually paid $80 for mine. And I shot the link to a friend of mine, and he is a audio professional, and he said this is a really good one. Alesis is a good brand, he said, and this is perfect for entry level. This one offers USB, so you can actually plug this into your computer, and it has phantom power on 2 ports, so these right here. It's got headphones. You can plug your electric guitar into it. It's got all kinds of stuff going on. So that's about $100. You could go cheaper. Pile's not a very good brand. But if you need more, you can go on up. I mean, it's ridiculous how far you can go. Another thing is, like I said, your backgrounds. If you want to get a green screen, the software works really good. OBS, that's what I use. And the green screen works great. And if you don't know what that is, that's if you ever get on there and you see just the dude's head, like down in the corner or wherever it's at, and there's nothing behind them, that's what they do. They use a green screen. Same thing with your weatherman, stuff like that. It's all green screen. So, I mean, prices, whatever on that. What I did was I didn't have much room, so I got a pop-up. This particular one right here, it's blue on one side, green on the other, and it has a stand. And it just, you just pop it open. Just like the things that you put in your window, in your car. And then it's got a little hook, and you hook it on there, and it hangs behind you. Works perfect. When you're done, you can put it up. And it doesn't take up much space. If you've got a dedicated space, you can paint the wall green. SpawnWave does that. Lots of people do it. It's actually a pretty cool idea. And, it doesn't take up any space. So, but if you wanted something pop up, sky's the limit. You can even get it with lights and stuff like that. If you don't have very good lighting, you want good lighting. So, I mean, they've got complete kits all ready to go for you. Want something to attach to your chair, they got those. Like I said, this one is the one that I've got. I don't know if I paid $80 for it, but it's definitely worth it, and it's built nice. So another thing is RGB. Sky's the limit with RGB. You can do all kinds of stuff. They got RGB spotlights. They got RGB lights that you can put and shine all different ways. I would stay away from the gaming accessories that have RGB built in. A lot of it's garbage. Anything HyperX is good. So if you wanted to get something like this, I mean, you could, but it's not needed. I mean, all these different accessories, the mouse, all this, the freaking Wi-Fi gaming router with RGB. I mean, come on. But sky's the limit with how you decorate. This is just what I use, and it works. It didn't cost me a whole lot. You don't have to spend thousands of dollars on this stuff. You can, if that's in your price range. But for me, I just had a few $100. Works for me. And we're still learning. We can expand. I hope that this is, a decent start. If you guys have some more suggestions, let me know. This is just what I can think of off the top of my head. All this stuff costs pretty cheap. Again, I would not skimp out on the microphone. I was lucky to find this one. It works great, and it was cheap. So I got lucky on that. Camera. Do not skimp out on a camera. If it looks like potato, then, people aren't going to watch your stuff. So just keep that in mind. Hope you guys liked this. If you do, hit that like button. If you disliked it, go ahead and do that. Leave me a comment on what you guys use. Maybe some suggestions, some links to some stuff that you guys use and what you think about it. And we'll catch you next time, guys. Hope you're staying safe.